When we got alpa,
Isn't that correct? It means
yeah,
earth,
alpa means earth, soil actually.
soil. Yeah, soil.
If you want to
But if you
be,
say Pacha Alpa, you mean the whole earth, don't you?
Pacha means totality of something, yeah, and
Yeah,
Pacha means time and space specifically,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
So if you say Pacha Alpa or Alpa Pacha, it's just like the totality of the soil or the totality of the air. If you say
yeah.
Pacha Alpa or Alpa Pacha, it changed a little bit the meaning, but Pacha means totality and time and space. Yeah, but Pacha means also war. Yeah, so it depends over the context of what do you want to express.
Yeah. Not well. You're ill. Like
No,
what?
it's just a little bit of the evening time. It was a little bit cold.
Ah,
I went um, to a lake, so also that's why I'm just recovering.
oh,
But
oh,
I'm okay. Yeah,
okay.
thanks for asking. You're so kind. Then
Uh,
there's the different things about a fire. Nina means fire,
but
but
also
to
to
say,
speak as well, right? To say.
to say, yeah, both of them.
Nishkawan was one of the words we learned the last time.
Hmm.
Nishkawan. So, this is interesting. Um, I learned that first in the lesson. I learned that sister was pain, Pani, but this
Uh,
is Pani, but this is nya nya nya.
Yeah, this is an evolution from Spanish because the real word to sister is ñaña, yeah,
Ah,
and you say ñaña between women, and when you want to talk about your brother as a woman, you will not say ñaño, you will say turi, yeah.
yes.
For example, you will refer to me as Turi Daniel or Daniel Turi, yeah.
Ah,
That means brother Daniel, yes.
yeah.
That's actually the accurate word in Quechua to say brother, right? But because we got such an interaction of 530 years with Spanish, we have
Mm.
the tendency to say ñaño. Even when I talk with my brother that lives in Guayaquil, I always say hola ñaño, how are you? Yeah.
Ah,
So it's part of the culture right now. But
ah,
if you want to be accurate, we have the word. If you want to refer to
Uri.
your brother as a woman, you say Turi. And
Yeah,
if I want to refer to you as my sister, I would say
yeah.
Pani.
Pani. Okay,
Mhm,
exactly. Oh, that's so good to hear. Wow.
mhm.
Um, okay, so what should I mean, today I'm thinking I could um with this what is she trying to teach us through this?
Mhm. Yeah, they kikin shimipi mana tiancho unanchuna mishu shimipi tian kunan kicho shimipi. Yeah, they want to emphasize the way we pronounce the way for example, the words should be pronounced in an accurate way. We don't use question marks because we got tag. The tag morpheme means the question marks. But I learned through time that it's not such a big deal if you write a question mark. And so, but especially when you are starting this language, yeah.
Mm.
And then she's starting with takshimi one. So P means who, yeah. If you add tag to P, it means who exactly, but with a question mark.
So okay, PI is who, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's who, yeah. And if you start with a capital P, that means who. But if you start as a morpheme, P means in.
Oh, okay.
So exactly, if it's a morpheme, you should write it like in. So it means locative. in that context.
So if it's pitak, sorry, what does tak mean?
Tak is the question mark, actually the real question mark.
Oh, wow.
That's why, we have in Quechua 3 ways to perform a question. Open question is with tag. Yes, no questions or closed questions is with chu. And direct question is with ka.
So, open question.
Open questions with tag. With that morpheme.
Okay. And then what was the other one? The
Closed questions, yes, no questions. For example, are you okay? Yes, no. I say chu. There you
what
go.
was the other
The other one is immediate question or direct question.
one? Oh, yeah.
That's performed with the morpheme ka. Ka. Yeah. For example, if I want to know more about your job, I will say yamkai ka. And when yamkai is work, and if I add ka, I'm saying, how's your work? How are you in your work? Yamkai ka? What's going on with your work? So it's a direct question.
So here she's trying to teach us about questioning, right?
Exactly. And also she's using ma. And in Quichua unificado, we use man. Man is directional. Yeah. Wasi means house. Yeah. But ma in this context means direction too. Yes.
So with this, what you're saying is that wa equals.
No, wasi means house.
Oh, wasi is house. Okay.
Yeah? Ma equals man. But
Man.
wait, right? But man isn't in the context of English. Man is the direct way to write it in Quichua unificado. So ma is actually man and means two. For example, if I say wasiman, I'm saying to the house.
Oh, I see.
So it's a directional, but in the Amazonian way to talk, they omit the sound of the N. Yeah. So it sounds like ma, wasima. And sounds really cool actually, because in Otavalo, in the north, it sounds wasiman. But in the Amazonian region, it will sound just like wasima.
Yeah. It's silent.
I like it.
Yeah. Do you, because I've got the translation here, do you want to you share this page and go through it? Because I'll write it down.
Okay.
Yeah, it might be easier for you.
Yeah, of course.
So
Okay, so if you say Pita Wasima Shamunga, yeah. So remember that ma is man, yeah.
Yeah.
Shamu is it came from the verb shamui.
Shamu.
Shamuna, yeah.
Yeah, it's the verb.
Shamuna means to arrive, to come, yes. So Enga is in the future.
NKA.
Okay, yeah, and it's for the third person. So if I say Shamunga, it means it's not the past. Actually, the right translation is who will come to the house. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the accurate translation. But actually, because the teacher is not using the totally accurate translation. She wants just the core of the meaning. She's
Mm,
saying, who visit the house?
mm.
But in the past. But actually, the structure is in the future. So it's a little awkward, the structure. What I will say, if I want to say who visit in the past, I will use this structure. Pitak, Wasima, Shamurka. Then we are talking about the past.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
But actually, because and this is not wrong. What is she doing? But actually, it's just some kind of knowledge in the community that even though they are using a structure in the future, you're referring to the past, and that is really interesting. Yeah,
Mm,
because according to the linguistic approach, you will say, "Oh, but that's the future," but it doesn't
mm.
matter. Sometimes when you refer to the future, you refer to the past.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Because in Quechua is different, just like in English and in Spanish, because our time framework is not just like this. Our time framework is circular. So when you refer to the future, actually you're talking about the past.
Wow.
So that's why it's not wrong. What is she doing? But it
Yeah.
should be explained in a deeper way.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really cool what is she doing, because you say,
Yeah.
oh, okay, this is wrong, it's the future. No, it's not wrong. It's because our time conception is different.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow. That's so interesting.
it is, it is, it is. It is.
I mean, I wonder if I should memorize, go through this list and just memorize the words. You know,
Yeah, it's a good approach. But what I like to do is going beyond to memorize. Just try to understand in a deeper way, and then you will memorize in a better way. Yes,
yeah, you're
because
right.
you got the meaning, but
Yes.
then it's going to be easier for you just to memorize because you got the
Yeah.
meaning. And just remember that we have, well, some kind of Western mind,
Yeah.
and we need to live with that, and we need to make
Yeah.
our peace with that. Yeah, and I know. Yeah, and then maybe if we were really involved with Los Andes and just all that kind of indigenous thoughts,
Mm,
then I agree with you. Just memorize. Yeah,
mm,
but it's a little bit different for us. Yeah,
yeah.
and then Pitak Kanda Munan. Again, who? Kan means you,
Yeah.
and here ta is also acting like directional. So ta
Uh,
to you. Yeah.
you. Yeah.
So Munan, it means to love, it means to want, it means to desire. And actually, this word is very cool because and in this context, we don't separate sexual energy from spiritual energy. It's the
Oh,
same.
wow.
It's the same. Yeah. So if you desire with your body somebody, you are desiring with your spirit also. Yeah.
Wow.
And that's why we don't have that kind of Judaism Christian conception.
Christian. Yeah.
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 So actually, when you love with your spirit, and
Yeah.
when you hate with your spirit. Also.
Yeah.
So it's a complete framework, and actually, I think that is really really useful because when you feel that you love somebody, it, that's all. You don't need to just to argue with anything else. It's just like
Yes.
it is. It's a reality. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Munan, Pitach Kanda Munan, who loves you? Who
Yeah.
desires you? Yes,
Wow.
wants you in the spiritual framework and also in the physical framework. Yeah,
In both. Yeah.
yeah. So Paika Majna Watak Charing, we're talking about the third person. Pai means he
Yeah.
and she and
He,
it.
she, it. Yeah.
Mm. Ka is not a question. It's not a direct question. It's just a way to emphasize the pronoun. Yeah.
Ah.
That's why it could be a little bit weird that ka is also a way to perform a question, but in the context, there's no question performed here. So
Mm,
I say, Paika majna wawatak charing. Majna means how many, how much at the same time. We may know differentiations between countables and non-countables nouns. Yeah. So mashna is easier, right? We don't even need to think about countable and uncountable nouns. You say mashna. Yeah. And
Yeah.
say how many, how much.
Mm.
Wawa means kid.
Children,
Yeah?
babies.
Baby is Juju, but Wawa means child, means
Ah,
a little girl, a little boy. Yes, that's a
okay.
Wawa. Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's a child. So Wawa tak charing. So how many kids does he have? Because charina is the verb to have, to own. Yeah, and
Yeah.
over that context, you could also write different kind of ideas with possessives. Yeah, the ideas with possessives are really really clear in this context. Yeah,
Mm,
it's a little different in Ecuador because we don't we conceive the idea about possessiveness. Yes, with different ways, with yolk and with the verb chatting. Yeah.
mm, yeah.
Okay. And also this is really cool because the word to say wawa, to say little boy or little girl, wa, just the particle wa means sacred. Yeah.
Wow.
So if you say double wa, it's double sacred.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, 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 of course, it's beautiful. And also the word warmi or woman is sacred also. Wa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Warmi.
So
Yeah.
the only source of something that is sacred is somebody that is sacred. Yes. So that
Sacred. Yeah.
yes. So that's why our conception of a woman or our conception of kids is really different. Yes. For example, the indigenous people that they have their kids and they could have some different problems with their partners, they will think twice if they want to separate from their partners, but not because of the partner, because of the kids.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah. And then and it's really strong that idea that the kids are really sacred and they don't deserve our problems. They don't
Wow.
deserve to suffer because of our decisions or our mistakes. Yeah, they deserve the best of us. Yes,
Wow.
and then and why? Because they are sacred. Yeah, and they don't need to experience some kind of weird problems, psychological problems because I separated from my woman.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So that's my business. Yes, and
Wow.
also I know that sounds a little awkward nowadays with nowadays psychology,
No, I
but
think it's beautiful. I think that's so beautiful, but also wise, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah. So, but I think that we have just different ways to interact with the conception of a partner, the conception of love also.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit different. So paika, pitach, kuyarka. Um, the verb kuy, yes, is to keep. Yeah,
Cooey. Yeah.
kuy. Yeah, and then here it is using erka, the structure in the past. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then yeah, it's a way to emphasize um, it's a way to produce a verb. So but in the context of Kichwa from the Amazonian region, they are adding an extra ya. Yeah,
Mhm.
so I will say kurka, pai, paita pitach kurka. Yeah,
Urka.
kurka.
So are you saying that the ya is not pronounced then, or you would?
Yana is a verb, but the verb means to love. And this is a really nice conception that is doing the teacher. Look at him. For example, to love somebody is to give a gift to somebody. Yeah.
Ah,
So actually, love is not to say I love you. Love is to materialize something with that
yeah.
person. Yeah. So I could say lots of times, thousands of times I love you, but I really mean it. What are my actions about? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So to love is to give.
Yeah.
Yes, to give something and also to give the best of you. So, It is a present.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not wrong. It's the conception of the different frameworks from the region. For example, in the Amazonian region, you could see directly that to love is just to offer something to somebody, your
Wow.
time, your energy. Yes, so that's the real framework of love. Yeah. So pitach, paitaka pitach kuyarka. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So just with the conception of love and the conception of gifts, so it has sense. Yes. So who? Look at how it changed because according to the academia, this will be the first structure. Pitach, paitaka, kuyarka. Yeah. And actually, we have in Quechua the word related with to give a gift. Yes. And it's kamari. This is to give a gift, to give a present. Yeah.
Mm.
But because of the different interactions with the Amazonian region, Cuyarca means to give a gift, but it has a sense. To give a gift is also to love somebody. Yeah.
Mm.
So it's okay.
Wow.
The perspective of the teacher is accurate, but again, it needs a little bit more of explanation.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
it's really cool because because actually when you think about giving something to somebody else is because you feel it and also you
Yeah.
love that person and you give something to that person.
Yeah.
Yeah, but also we need a chowpi, we need a balance because when you give so much, then actually you're stealing from the others.
Mm.
Yeah. For example, if I gave you all the money that you need and all the different resources that you want, it's actually just like a stealing from you the opportunity or the possibility to get it by your own.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that's a little difficult to understand. Yeah,
Yeah. Because you'll be
especially for the Western
dependent.
mind,
It's
especially for the
also the person will be constantly dependent as well, right?
exactly. So to love is that somebody will be free, independent from you. Yes,
Yeah.
capable to live without you. Yes.
And can I just go through Chowpi? Chowpi
Yeah.
in central or is it
Chaupi means actually the middle, the physical middle of something.
middle? Yeah.
If I say this is the Chaupi of this is here. Yeah. But also Chaupi is related with the word Ali. Ali means balance. Ali in the context, in the superficial framework means good, means okay.
Yeah.
But
But balance.
Ali, Ali
It's
means just to
balance.
find the equilibrium, the balance between the forces, male, female forces.
Ah,
Yes, the forces from nature, the forces from humans, and the forces from inside of the earth. So that's the Ali and the Chaupi. So in some kind of way, Chaupi and Ali means almost the same.
yeah.
Yeah, but Chaupi is actually the physical middle.
Physical middle. Yeah. And if you say I Chowpi, you're saying kind of a balance and a middle and a balance, being in
Mhm.
balance. Is that what it means? If you say I
If you say
Chowpi?
Ali Chaupi, Masca, Mascani, it means I'm looking. I look for Mascajun. I'm looking for the good balance, the good middle point. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the superficial meaning, but actually you're saying I'm fine. I'm looking for the balance of everything. Yeah. So Ali is that conception of balance in the general framework. Chaupi is also the way you conceive and also you could act in order to find that balance. Yes.
Mm,
So if I say, yeah, we know that Ali balance is just um, to be okay with your mind, to be okay with your thoughts. Yes. But Chaupi is actually doing it. Yes. Chaupi means, okay, let's meditate 5 minutes in a day. Yeah. So Chaupi is more related with the materialization of the idea of balance. Yeah. So we could conceive balance in our mind, but actually you need to materialize that. And Chaupi is the materialization of that.
Mm.
Yeah. Because it's related in the physical framework. Yes. So you need Chaupi in your work. You can't work all the time. You need time to just to do nothing. Yes. And
Mm.
to spend with your family. Yeah. So that's the real Chaupi. So
Wow.
as you can see, it's not just physical.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
has some kind of philosophical and so practical approach that you could
Yes.
find in Chaupi. That's why
Yeah.
it's so powerful, and that's why our taitas, our mamas, our grandpas and grandmas, they say you need Chaupi, and Chaupi means health, to be a healthy human being. Yes,
Wow.
Chaupi means to find health in your life. Yeah,
Yeah.
difficult sometimes because we really like to be a little bit ill. Yes, by our mind, by our thoughts, by our work. Yeah, so that's the
Yeah.
Chaupi, the real Chaupi. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then Pitach Alkuta Kacharirka. Yeah. Uh, so Alco or Alcu means dog in Ecuadorian Quichua. Yeah. And
Okay.
again, Pitahu to the dog, ta, direct object. Yeah. And we got the word Cacharina. And then what's the context with Cacharina um, is just like to let it go. Yes, let it go.
Katerina.
Cacharina is to let go. It's not sacar. Yes, because surcuna means to take out. Yeah. So who let it go? The dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah. So cacharirca, and also in the past. Yeah. So actually, the translation is not so accurate in this context. Yeah. Because cacharirca is other thing. Cacharirca is who leave the dogs without any kind of attention. Yes,
Mm.
that's the idea. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. So sometimes we need to find the accurate translation. Yeah. And well, actually, it depends all over the way you want to interact with the language, right? So let's do this other thing. Pitak nyuka wasipi punyo. Over this context, nyuka wasipi, my home. This is the possessive for the Amazonian region. Yes. So you add directly the pronoun and then the object of possession. So if nyuka means I and wasi means house, this
Yeah.
will be my house.
Yeah.
Nyuka wasi. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she's adding P, so locative, but it's not P as a question. So look at here, you get the differentiation. Here is P as who, and here is P as locative.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, two different, the same P but different meanings. Yes,
Yeah.
and then puñun, puñuna means to sleep. That's a verb. The verb in Quechua is puñuna. But we should be aware about puñuna, but it does mean the verb to sleep, but in some communities it means to have sex.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we have the word to have sex in Quechua, but because of all of the interaction with the Spanish, we say in when you say I will sleep with that woman. Yes, you
Mm.
say you're not saying sleep, you're saying I will have sex with that woman.
Mm.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
because of the indigenous people associate the word to sleep in Spanish with sex, that's why puñuna means also to have sex.
Okay. But
In
it
some
didn't
communities,
originally. It didn't originally, though.
yeah. In some
Originally,
communities, not
it
in all
meant
of them.
to sleep, right?
Exactly. Because puñuna means to sleep. But
Yeah.
actually, the other word that they use is dormina. That comes from dormir in Spanish means to sleep.
Uh,
So it's a way to combine the Spanish and Quechua, and the verb is dormina. Yeah. And also, for example, if we say um, uh, humana, Yumana is the original verb in Quechua to say that to have sex. Yumana.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then look at how close to this word it is. Because, for example, Yuyana means to lie. Yeah.
Ah, to lie down.
No, to lie, to say something that is not true.
Oh, wow.
So there's in some kind of way I just thought about this because there's just a little thin line between lying and also having sex. Yeah. So it's a little different the accurate translation here, but according to the way to pronunciate it, it sounds really similar. Yuyana, Yumana. So
Yeah.
I'm sure that we could also talk with the Titans a little bit more about this. And then, but actually, it's actually something related with not to lie when you have your relationships. Yes, and
Mm,
also to be more accurate with your feelings and your thoughts and your actions, because Jumana is a ritual. It's not something
yeah.
just that is physical. It's a ritual that you perform with a person that you love.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not just it's not a sport.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, so that's the idea about the knowledge of the titles. So paika mashna kamutak charin, kamu is book. Yeah,
Yeah. Camus' book.
how many books does she have or does he have? Charin, because it's pai, I don't know the gender. Yeah, it could be he or it could be she.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just remember that camu is the way to say book in Ecuadorian Quichua.
Yeah.
Paitata, paitaka, pitak, kamachirka. Yeah, so kamachi um, is gonna be the main verb here about kamachina. So uh, to give an advice, it could be kamachina, yes, but also um, we got other ways to say this because actually kamachina means some kind to give some kind of an order, yes, to somebody, yeah. So to give an order, that will be the more general idea, yeah,
Mm,
because the word kunana is actually to give an advice. Yeah. So
mm,
kunana means to give an advice. So kamachirka is just like to give an order. So actually, the translation is not so accurate in this context. So it doesn't mean who gives you an advice. It means who gives you an order.
mm.
Yeah. So it changed. It changed the meaning. Yeah. Uh, However,
Yeah.
sometimes it's important to get a better understanding of the whole context of the situation in order to understand if it's more related with giving an advice or giving an order.
Yeah. So that wasn't quite accurate.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah.
And here is two for close yes no questions. Yes, as I told you at the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah. So as you can see, she's following the ideas that I already gave you.
Yeah.
So she's following tag, then chew, but actually she's not talking about the direct question, and that form is so important. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think that maybe she will share with you that later, but it's really important. Yeah. So kan kusachu as watakuya. Yeah. So again, just remember that in the Amazonian region, to love is to give. So
Mm.
uh, to give a gift. So kusa means husband.
Okay.
Like
Kusa.
kusa means husband. But
Husband
sometimes,
is Kusa, right? Can you
yeah,
write that down? Can you just
yeah,
open it up?
yeah.
Kusa.
For example, here is kusa. Kusa means husband.
Yeah.
But also, you should be aware about In Peru, kusa means great.
In
Yeah,
Peru.
it
In
sounds
Peru
exactly the
and
same.
Quechua.
Yeah, but this sound in Quechua Peruano, from Peru. But kusa in Ecuador means husband. So can, kusachu, aswata kuyan, aswa means chicha, or it's just like um, it's some kind of mm, it's some kind of alcohol produced with the fermentation of fruits. Aswa,
Alcohol. Okay, aswa.
aswa. But
Okay.
for example, it's called chicha. It's a ceremonial drink. Yes, it's
Okay.
not. It's related with different grains. For example, it's related with corn. It's related with guayusa. It's
Ah.
related with sacred plants from the Amazonian region. So
Oh,
it's a little bit different. Yeah. Mhm. And kuyan to give a gift. Yes.
yeah.
Kanku sacho aswata kuyan. And then maybe do you have questions so far about this structure, these two structures?
No, that makes sense.
And
Yeah.
then in order to establish the answer, you should say Ari, yes, or Mana, no,
Oh, mana is no.
in
Yes,
order
Ari is
to
yes.
answer that
But
question.
you
Yeah.
know, they say ashka. Ashka.
Ashka is a lot.
Ari is yes. Okay.
Ari is yes,
Mana is
Mana is no.
okay.
You say Ashka is a lot of something.
Okay.
Mm, we could work over that context, over that the situation. Then yeah, yes, you will have more meaning with those approaches. Yeah.
Yeah.
Chay kusaka kanta chukuyan. Yeah, that husband, Chai, that to you give you something.
Can you open up that? Can you split it out
Of
underneath
course,
the sentence?
Chai is that is prepositions. So that this is near to you is Kai.
Okay.
Chai, Kusa, husband.
Yeah.
Then Ka, a way to emphasize in this context, in this situation, the the noun. So it's just a way to make this emphasis.
Uh,
Can is it means you. Ta is to you. Yeah. And chu is the question mark for yes no questions. Actually, this methodology is called the methodology that was developed with Stanford and the Cornell University at the 60s. Yeah, that's the way that the Cornell University explains Quechua.
mm,
And Cuyana means to give a present, but also means to love.
mm, yeah.
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 So now you got all the explanation. Yeah.
Yeah. Brilliant. Amazing.
Yeah. And and you can see how in just a short words you could express so much things, so many things.
Yeah.
Yeah. So chay kusaka kanta chukuyan, and it's a question. Yeah. So it's really really cool in that context. And actually, you are making a really direct question over this. Yes, no question. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to do the next one?
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
When uh, when the chu is just moving around the frameworks, this will be kantachu, and they are using kuyanchu. We are
Right.
making an emphasis about what are you asking for. Here, the emphasis of your question is in the love, in the act of giving something. And here, the emphasis of your question is in the object who receives the presents.
Right.
Yes, that's why the chu is changing of position. Eh?
Mm.
It's the same explanation as the Cornell University made, yeah? But
Yeah.
in context, this chu changed the framework of your question. Yes?
Right.
What do you want to answer? Then is where is the focus of your question? Yes?
Mm.
So that's why in the context of finding a question, um, is if you got a good question, then you got a good answer.
Mm.
Because it's actually if you find a good question, then already the answer is inside of that question. Yeah.
Yeah.
So in some kind of way, this kuyancho, I know that my question should be emphasized in the object that was that I gave or somebody gave to somebody else. Yeah, that would be the idea. Yeah. And tu hijo le quiere mucho. Kan churi. Churi means son, and kan means you.
Yeah.
So kan
Your
churi
son.
is possessive. This means your son.
Yeah.
So in order to explain you this, is kan churi.
Yeah.
It means your son.
Yeah.
And then ashkata, yaki. And because in other quechos, in quechua from the highlands is ashkata like this, but in the Amazonian region they write it like this, but it sounds exactly the same.
Okay.
Ashkata, the same sound.
Mm.
Yeah, a little different the way to write it down.
Mm.
Yeah, and this is really nice because yakina, it means that it means to have problems. Yes,
To have
so to have problems,
problems. Oh, wow.
to be worried. Yes, to be a little bit sad.
Oh,
That's the meaning of yakina. So this is a really nice thing because but it means also to love. Yeah. So
oh.
when you love somebody in the framework of humanity, you suffer a little bit.
Yeah.
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 And that's true. Yeah,
Yes.
that's true. And it could be experienced with your kids, it could be experienced with your husband, uh,
Yeah.
in any framework. Yes, in the same amount that you love, you will suffer. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's our experience as human beings.
Yeah.
Yes. And I feel that almost all the time. And then it's actually really wise the idea to associate something with the two frameworks. So it's not good or bad. You will
Yeah.
experience just pain and suffering, but also love and care.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So find the balance, find the choice between the two things. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. But you will always be aware that you will experience suffering. Yes. But with a wise way to approach to that suffering.
Yeah.
Yes. Maybe a kind way, maybe a way from the heart. Yeah.
Mm.
So it's really nice explanation about this part. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. And the same, uh, chai churigu, chai churiku, kanta, kantachuyaki. Yeah. And churigu is like
Churi
hijito,
is the
because
son.
churi means son, but ku structure means deer. Yeah,
Dear.
so that deer,
Ah.
that deer son
Wow.
loves you.
Wow.
Yeah. So here, Quechua is really similar to languages from Asia because, for example, if I say Savi, Savitrigu,
Mm.
it means dear
Yes,
Savitri,
Savithri.
beloved
Yes.
Savitri. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the same happens with the Japanese people that they will say Savitri-san.
Yes.
And this Savitri-san will mean the same. So dear Savitri.
Wow.
respectful Savithri. Yeah, so it's the same. So
Mm.
that's why I could see really clearly the idea that our origin is in Asia. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's related with
so
Asia.
amazing, amazing.
Related with Asia. Because so many people in the translation with the Spanish they will say Savitrigu like Savitricita will say, but exactly it's the same idea. So it's a way
Yeah.
to treat you with respect, with love and care. Yeah.
Mm.
So again, we understand that love and care go together. Yes. So
Yeah,
if I love you, it's because I respect you a lot,
yeah,
and I do want the best for you, and I will protect you.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's the idea. So Chai Churigo Kanta Chuyakin, that dear son loves you,
Yeah.
and it's an emphasis over the object of being loved to you.
Mhm.
So he loves to you, really? So that's the true structure and the way you could also move through the meanings. Yeah.
Mhm.
So
Can I
well,
just ask what in Spanish there are lots of question marks, question mark going down, question mark going up. What is
yeah.
that?
Yeah. In Spanish, we perform questions like this. For example, if I want to say where are you from, I would say de dónde
Oh,
eres, and
so there's a question mark on both sides.
both sides actually. Yeah, that's the truth of our Spanish.
Wow, that's strange.
If I say where are you from in English, pues it's just like this, right?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
in Spanish, you need to open and close the question mark.
Wow, wow.
Yeah. And if you don't do that, actually, it's wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we've come to the end of the sessions, but this is great. It's actually opened this whole section up for me.
Oh, I'm glad that you are enjoying the whole situation. That's
It's
actually
made,
what I want. Yeah, that you could
yeah,
enjoy the situation. Yes, I will share with you the recording. Yes,
yeah.
in
Thank you.
and then we could move forward over that. I think that wise people they got some problems with the payment because they
It
just
didn't
report
go through? It didn't go
it
through?
didn't go through. I think that it goes back to your account.
Oh my
Then
gosh.
yeah, so just
Okay, let me do it
check a little bit
now.
about
You
that.
know what
Yeah.
I did? I put that I was learning Quechua Napo, and they said, okay, we don't recognize that. So
Uh-huh.
what I'll do is I won't put a description.
Don't
I'll
put it
just
on
play
description.
it
Yeah.
without a
Yeah,
description.
yeah.
Yeah.
Just share it like this. Easier
Yeah.
is going to be the best way.
Okay,
Yeah.
I didn't understand that. Thank you.